Boom shakalaka. What is up, everybody? Here with the one and only Keith Wareing, live from Rehab. What's up, Keith?
Hey dude, how's it going, man? How's it going? How are you?
Dude, doing awesome. It's so good to see you. It's been a long time. We had a fun time in Poland, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, what was that? December?
Yeah, November, December, definitely.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was the break of my 3 years sobriety, and ever since I met you,
Yeah,
I've
right?
kind of been and crypto has kind of sent me into rehab. So but it's good. It's all good.
Yeah. I just gotta do one thing. There we go. Now the picture will be better. Man. Okay, cool. Well, awesome to see you. It's late night near you. It's mid-afternoon near me.
Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock, and we've kind of done like a face reversal. You know, when we met, like, I had the beard going on, and
Mm-hmm.
you were the clean shaven, or cleanish shaven.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, in Florida, having a beard, not too many people have them, but I got one. And it just gets like, did you groom yours?
I did, but yeah, it kind of got a little out of control.
Yeah.
I groomed it, but I didn't. My wife got this really cool like wooden beard comb and this wax. The wax sometimes makes the ends a bit brittle, so if you like touch your face, sometimes it feels like your whole face is being stabbed by a million needles. So
That's pretty rad. That's pretty rad. Yeah, I've had problems eating and stuff recently with it just getting caught up here. But dude, all the people from your channel are saying, Keith, you sick cunt, love you.
Nice. I can't actually see the comments. You know, I should really get the stream up on another page and mute it. Let's just check the shit out. So I can't see any of that shit. Obviously you've been busy. So when we first, your channel was like what 12,000 when we met, and now you're at what 100,000.
Getting there. Almost 87, I think, right now.
Wow, well, you rocketed past me. So, but you know, you do have a good channel, dude. I give you that.
Thanks.
Right.
I think it's just a little bit of luck, but yeah. So things have been going well. Crypto markets have been going sideways as a mother, you know, just straight sideways.
Oh, there we go. Let me just mute that shit. Hey, cool, nice one. I can see all the comments now. Yeah, man, fuck it. Yeah, it really is going sideways. So yeah, I've lost like a lot of money since I've been in rehab. Yeah, we're talking, you know, apart from the 50K I lost with titanium, probably around about 50%, 40% of my portfolio just gone. About 200K down. So it's yeah, it's pretty. It's hard. But I mean, I spoke to a guy. Who Nelson from Travel Block, one of the directors, founders of Travel Block, he was saying to me that he spoke to one of his investors, and he believes that we're in an 18-month hold pattern. And you know, when I heard those words, fucking hell, 18 months.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't know if yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we all got to find something different to do for those 18 months. Jeez, that's a long time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, gosh, you know, I'm completely making it up as I go along on YouTube with with this crypto stuff.
Yep.
What is a blockchain anyway?
I think it's when you get a bunch of Legos and you make them into a necklace, right?
That totally makes sense. Yeah, of course.
Definitely. You know, it makes me think, like, are there bigger players in this who are just kind of manipulating it? Like, you remember when it was at 20 grand, like exactly at 20 grand, Charlie Lee sold all of his Litecoin. And then right afterwards, he says, you know, I think there's going to be a 2-year bear market.
Yeah. There's clearly manipulation going on. You know, it's I don't know if you saw. I think I spoke to you about it actually. I asked if you fancy coming to the Bahamas to that thing.
Oh yeah, polymath thing.
Yeah, the Polycon thing.
Yeah.
And all the people that were there, okay, like you had Roger Ver, Charlie Lee, I think might have been on the list, but yeah, people like Roger Ver, lots of other big guys, Ty Lopez, all these super rich guys. And I couldn't help but wonder, they're flying them all over to the Bahamas to like kind of just go, right, this is what we're going to do.
Uh-huh.
We're going to basically just screw the pooches. And I don't think there's that many whales out there. You know, I'd say like true whales. Someone said to me the definition of a whale is someone 25K, who's willing to put 25K into an asset. at ICO.
Oh,
So
okay.
apparently with 25k bargaining power this day and age, 25k, you can go to an ICO and go, look, I want to drop in. You say, I want to drop in 100k. Give me, a tenth of what you're charging. And they go, no, we'll give you 50%. It's like, okay, no, 50% is not good enough. I want it lower and lower and lower. And eventually you get the price down, and then they say, okay, well, you're not going to give me my original price. I'll only put 25k. And then they go, well, we've done the negotiating. So then they're getting an asset at around about a third of the price. And they're the ones that dump it. Even if it fucking debuts at less than half, they still made a profit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think people like that are screwing the market, but there's at a low level. So right now, there's people talk about these whale dumps after most ICOs, but I think on the grander picture, I mean, that's how that's how these other guys started. They started off maybe putting in like 10, 20k back in like 2013, 2014. Very few people that got in 2009. I think he managed to keep hold. I know so many people that have fucking thrown bitcoins away. I mean, we're not talking massive numbers. We're talking maybe like 20 bitcoins here, 30 bitcoins there. Still a fair amount of money by today's standards. I've never met someone who's as stupid as, was it James Howells, who threw away 7,500 on a hard drive in Cardiff, I think, in Wales. That's a killer. But no, these guys that are fucking right now, the way these whales are working, and I met a couple of guys. I'm in a group of investors on Telegram. There's about 45 of us now. We started off quite small. I'm not a big investor. I only put in between sort of 20 and 50k. That's kind of my investment point. And I'm over hodling. Titanium was a great one. I put in 20k. I went on a skiing trip, and less than 4 days after I invested, it hit Tidex and IDEX for like $4.50. So it went times 4.5. I could have sold up my entire hold for nearly 100k, and I didn't do it. I didn't. I just held it, and now I've got like $2 fucking 2-cent T-bar. It's a nightmare. But these guys that I met in Amsterdam, these whales, they're like, no, brother, that's not how you play it. That's not how you play it. This is how we're doing it. And they told me the whole thing. The 25k, put the money in. Even if it debuts at 50%, we think no one's going to sell at 50%. But they've still made double, so that's when they're hitting it, and that's where they're selling, and that's all the buying power you need. Mm-hmm. So with people doing this, it doesn't matter if the market's 400 billion, 300 billion, or even 200 billion, they can still make money. And whilst people are still making a shitload of money, us over hodlers are getting absolutely fucked.
Yeah, hodling anything aside from Bitcoin can always be a bit risky, but even it just sucks being in the U.S. because you can't participate in ICOs. So that's just like that's kind of a bullshit thing that the SEC is doing to U.S. people. But
yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are ways of accredited investors be a SAFT accredited investor.
Yeah, right.
But I think that's what, a minimum 500k.
Yeah, but it's just average person.
A week's wages for you, man.
Huh?
That's like a week's wages for you.
Yeah.
Right. So no, that is pretty shit that you guys get that. But also the fact that the US are banning ICOs or not making it harder for people to invest in ICOs, it creates a massive demand. So for us guys in like Europe and the civilized part of the world, we can all invest at a low price. And when it was like a bullish market, it was hitting the market. And people stateside were going, I fucking want that. I want that. And they're buying. The price was going up. Yep. But right now, you're not really missing out, because right now the ICOs, that, like I said, there's people manipulating them fucking hard. Mm-hmm. So most of them are going like 10x the wrong way, but there's still people making money.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So what have you been up to for the past month? You're like sitting on the side. Are you even watching crypto? What are you doing?
No, not at all. This is actually the group processing room. I don't know if anyone can see behind me, but that's the 12 steps up on the wall there, and there's a library like there. That's a library of all this kind of literature, like just for today, and like the big book and all that. And basically, I just sit around talking about how my uncle used to touch me. How I'm kind of emotionally inept. I started drinking and taking drugs when I was like 14. I smoked pot I drink. My parents owned a pub and shit. So I was smoking cigarettes, and from the age of 14, I'm 38, so 24 years. 24 years I have been masking all of my emotions and stuff, and I've just become a very angry man, a very sweary, angry man with a very low self-esteem.
Yeah.
So basically, we come in here, we talk about it. The therapists here are fucking awesome. Then we have like the really, really cool stuff. Like we do yoga every morning for an hour. We have like Reiki massages.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Reiki, I'm surprised I liked. There's quite a nice masseuse. She's like, would you like a massage? Do you want Reiki? So I'll take Reiki. I'll do Reiki. So I'm getting undressed. She's whoa, put your clothes back on. I'm like, oh, I don't get it. I had a Reiki session today, and I fucking love it. I'm just getting nice and calm. We do this other thing, man. One of the owners of this rehab, it's called Camino Recovery. There's a guy called Don Lavender. He's got quite a few books out on equine therapy. So we have to go out to this corral down the road, and we take this horse called Daffodil out. And the thing is, if you're not congruent with this horse, if it doesn't believe in you and you don't believe that you can make the horse walk, it won't fucking walk. It's so cool, man. She's got these fucking junkies. We're all there trying to get this fucking horse to move. The handbrake doesn't work on this damn thing. That's pretty cool.
That's
and
awesome.
Like art therapy as well. Art therapy, like we have this flamboyant Belgian art teacher called Veronique, and she's like, just draw anything. So you draw something, and she'll just go, and I see a phallus. It's like, of course you do. It's a giant cock. But she'll explain why and all this sort of stuff and what it means and the color choices. It's pretty mind-bending stuff. And to be fair, I've been humbled, man, massively here.
Nice.
This being on YouTube and social media all the time is really bad for the soul. It's very easy for an ego to manifest itself. There's a guy in the UK who's got a massive ego. What's his name? Anyway, let's not go down that road. But no, it is really fair play to his success. But I mean, it's very, very difficult for someone who's got kind of these low self-esteem issues to be, sort of being all happy. Because I was, and I got fucking diagnosed. Can you believe this? With ADD, let's think about the stage, or ADHD. My whole life, I've not been diagnosed with it. The fact I'm always around like this, they're like, how did nobody ever tell you this, Keith? I don't know. But one of the things is like I can't read and it doesn't set in, so I'll read and I'll zone out. So my job is to read fucking white papers.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm supposed to do for my job, I can't read.
White papers are a bitch.
I can't do it. I'm sitting there reading, and do you know what? Half the time I end up watching your videos or like fucking Kyle's videos if there's on me, just to fucking get so it sinks in.
Dude, the white papers are rough. Like, I never thought I'd be reading this much, just like kind of like academic material.
Yeah.
But is it cool habit to have, or like hobby or whatever you want to call it? Because then when you see bullshit white papers, you don't even need to read past the first page. You're like, this is shit.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, my biggest problem is I've been going for a lot of projects that I understand and projects that I can relate to, and I kind of think if this is the real deal, it'll be fucking massive. And so far, it's not serving me terribly, but it's also, because I have this whole thing where it doesn't sink in. I have to read something like 20, 30 times. I've recently set up a company, Influence Online, with my brother, and he's got a couple of degrees. He's quite a smart guy. Stick a white paper in front of him, and he knows straight away. So I've kind of farmed that shit over to him. So
there you go. Like, I need you to read this for me.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's so many things coming out, and usually the biggest alarm bell is another rush in ICO. Do you know what I mean? I had to concede and go onto LinkedIn. I fucking hate LinkedIn. I mean, my tagline on my old LinkedIn account used to just be, "I deal with fuckwits," when I worked in recruitment, because it's just people that can't get a job for themselves. It's just like come on. Anyway. But no, I've conceded and had to go on LinkedIn, and the amount of offers I get every day for Russian guys, and all these Russian dudes are just like, oh yes, we have this big ICO. And it's like, really, again,
Dude,
another
yeah.
Russian one.
I know Russia's because like in Russia, I've heard a couple of reports of people just getting like kidnapped or murdered for their cryptocurrency out there. So yeah,
Yeah,
just
who was that guy? There was a
away.
guy, wasn't there? He got kidnapped a few months ago, and I just don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, just stay away from that.
But I think I'd say, I mean, look at the Telegram ICO. Okay, that was cancelled. There was no multiplier in that. There was no possible multiplier. 1.8 billion or 1.7 billion. Where did they think that was going to go? That was money laundering straight away. That's like Russian mobsters.
Yeah.
Careful what you say. Actually, I'm being quite
Dude, EOS, now that they launched their mainnet, they ended their ICO. They have the largest $4 billion ICO. Because they had the year-long ICO. That's the biggest one. But they might actually have a working product. Yeah,
well, one of my most bullish projects, which I found out about when I was in here. Don't know if you saw me drop 50K into Howdo.
Yeah, right before you left. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been working alongside and speaking to these guys since January, and I met a couple of the guys out in Amsterdam just before I basically tried to kill myself. I take just too many drugs. I'm a nice guy, really. Sorry, you looked at me on your mouth. But no, yeah, they were. I mean, it's like investing in fucking Facebook, man. If you had the chance to invest in Google or Facebook, like if you had a time machine, you got like 20 minutes to go back and do it, you wouldn't hesitate. You'd be like, yeah, man, I'm going to buy that shit. These guys, at that point, they were trying to raise like 30 million. And I thought, this is a great investment. Since I've been in here, they've been to Consensus, met some VC guys. They've announced that they are now forking EOS, or EOS. I'd say EOS. Yeah, they're forking that now. But they've got a social layer. Okay, EOS itself doesn't have a social layer. So what other kind of project up there has, is a fork and has a social layer, social media layer? Tron. That's a heap of shit.
Oh, yeah?
And look, it's not a heap of shit, but it doesn't particularly, no one really knows what it is.
No.
That's the thing with it.
They're like, we're reinventing the internet, but here's a new partnership, here's a new partnership, here's a new partnership, here's a new partnership. And
yeah, so now the thing is with Howdo and what they're doing with EOS and forking EOS, they're not only doing that, since that was announced, they spoke to these VC guys, they've now lowered their ICO raise from 30 million to 8.7 million, which they've nearly hit. Well, I say nearly, I think they're about halfway there. And that's going on till like the 12th of June. But I mean, this is like, you couldn't think of a bigger thing, EOS, okay? It's going to be a fork of EOS. It's going to rival the likes of Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Telegram, WhatsApp, all in one thing. It's sticky. It's going to be really fucking sticky. It had 80x potential beforehand. So now it's going, because I mean, and I'm using, when I say 80x potential, I mean, I'm comparing it to like Steemit, it's like a sexy Steemit, I always said. And now they're raising like a fraction. So all of a sudden it's kind of got like 100 and 200x potential. And yeah, it's massive. It's massive.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah. So I like shit like this, man. I like shit like this. But but EOS, like you say, big ICO, but no one building on EOS, and then these guys are forking on. It should be good. It'd be great to see. But I mean, I remember seeing a video of yours, like last year, when you were just like, nah, look at EOS. I was talking about it the other day. It was 50 cents. Now fucking look at it. It's like $9. I'm thinking,
dude, I still remember that because it was sometime. I think it was like last summer or something like that, maybe before August. I remember watching, there was an interview with the Dollar Vigilante and Dan Larimer. And this was back when EOS was 50 cents. And Dan Larimer was saying, yeah, everything's on schedule. It's looking really good. And then, like, literally from there, it just shot off and never really came back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hit Bithumb, didn't it? Whenever shit hits Bithumb, that's it. Boom. Yeah. So, but I'm hoping the same thing's going to kind of happen with Cash soon. I'm really bullish on Cash right now.
Yeah, Cash. I mean, they're doing some crazy stuff on there. They got the ICO mission control. I just had the interview with Seth Melamed about that, and that's like one-stop KYC AML for everything. So that's pretty rad. And then when they have the liquid exchange, when you'll be able to go between like fiat, basically any money pairing at all, and potentially be regulated, like that's going to be huge.
Well, that's the thing. They've already got regulation in Japan now. I mean, one of the most amazing things that's come out of me fucking nearly dying a few weeks ago is being in this rehab with it's quite an exclusive rehab, and I've got to be careful what I say because of confidentiality and shit. But there was an ex-BlackRock lawyer in here, and he's I can't even say where it was before because it's too obvious. But BlackRock, it was speculated by Keith Wareing from Palm Beach that BlackRock were thinking about investing in crypto. And when he told me, we all have to sit in a circle here and tell our life stories. Mine was awesome, but it's just so brutal. This guy, when he said he was at BlackRock, I was like, quick, talking about work. So I pulled him to one side, and I said, look, did you have me involved in any discussions about crypto? And he said, look, we're not, BlackRock aren't going to invest in crypto until it's regulated. But yes, it's been spoken about. But as for this kind of 7 trillion worth of assets, yes, they've got 7 trillion worth of assets. Whether they would put even 100 million into crypto is, that's kind of, it's not much. That's probably the most likely amount that they would invest to start off with. But he said that regulated stuff is the only thing they'd be interested in. Now, I also spoke to Mike from Cash recently, and the fact that they're already regulated, they've got the contacts with SoftBank from my previous career. I can see Cash actually being one of those ones that's going to draw a lot of institutional investors, and people just don't see it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact the shit they do under the hood as well, it really fucking makes a lot of sense because, I mean, if you've got like Neo, it's a bad example because Neo's everywhere now and it's doing well, but let's just say, just to use Neo as an example anyway, we've got Neo spread across all these different fucking exchanges. There's a limited pool of Neo on each of these ones, and you might buy all of the Neo off of one exchange. The fact that they can pull that in the world book. Mm-hmm. It makes a lot of sense for liquidity. Jesus Christ, the world's largest ant just crawled up my leg. Just fuck me. The size of a fucking cat. Jesus. Go away, man. I wish I could show you this, but I'm a bit frightened. So this is the cool thing that's come out of me being here. I found out a lot more about the likelihood of the sort of things people invest in. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely with more regulation, there'll be a lot more investors. Yeah. So let's see if there are any questions. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask questions and we will answer them.
This is literally, oh my God, look at it. Oh my God. There. Come on, who's got a question for me? Damn it, I can't even troll because I'm not logged in. Damn you.
Oh, what's up? Crypto Zombies in the house. What's up, man? How you doing, K-Dub?
Hey, Kyle, man. How's it going? I was supposed to watch your how-do video today.
How-do.
Alan, how-do or travel block?
Oh, yeah. Thoughts on travel block?
Yeah, fucking travel block, man. That's pretty cool. What's his name? Kubera, Michael. He approached me months ago about this, and he's like, "Look, man, really like your channel. I really like your no bullshit attitude. We would love you to go away, free on us, experience what travel blog's all about." And I was like, "I don't know, man. It doesn't really sound that great." And it's amazing.
Do they want to send you to Russia?
No, they said no. I don't know whether it do you know what I was going to do? I was going to use it to I was going to take advantage of it and say, send me to the fucking Bahamas, that Polycon thing. Yeah. Remember when I asked you if you wanted to go to Polycon?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to pay for it. That's fucking going to pay for it. So, but anyway, as things transpired, I already had a holiday booked. It's like holiday time off booked. So I said, look, I'm supposed to be going away with my family. I can't make Polycon. How about you upgrade my holiday to Tenerife? I really wanted to stay at the Hard Rock Hotel, fly fucking nicer class and all that. I went, yeah, it's done. So I experienced it firsthand, and I thought, this is pretty cool. And they wanted me to kind of like do a bit of a vlog thing, and I was like, I'm not really a vlogger. I'm more of a kind of sit in front of a screen, move around a lot kind of guy, and. And that was that. I remember looking at the website thinking, it looks a little shit. because it did back then. So I got back in touch with the guys. I was chatting to them quite a lot. And the more and more I spoke to them, the more I spoke to a couple of the guys there, particularly the guy Nelson, and what they say about Doug, who is the CEO. I mean, Doug is he's like the Warren Buffett of the travel industry. You know, he's that big in the game. You know, and all the OTAs, the online travel agents at the moment that have dominated the industry for the last 20 years, they are taking the piss. You know, they are literally they're charging like fucking 80% margins and you know, and getting away murder. You know, like the whole overbooking thing.
Mm-hmm.
The whole overbooking thing. So you could book a holiday or a vacation, and you book a vacation. For a start, your seat isn't guaranteed on your plane, and your room isn't guaranteed at your hotel. That is the reality of how stuff is being booked right now, and you're paying a premium for that privilege. So, for that uncertainty. Now, the way it's said to me that what Travelblock will do, first of all, it totally makes sense, blockchain, because that's it. You know, there's one singular blockchain, not hundreds of OTAs. You know, hundreds of OTA online travel agents feeding into this one like central booking thing. There's a lot of overlap. Obviously, blockchain is a great solution. It wasn't until he explained it like that I thought, fuck, that actually does make a huge amount of sense. And he goes, and not only that, we don't have to overcharge. So we can basically do it for a small margin because we know that we're getting the booking and we're going to get people coming back. And then where they really got me was things like, because it's so much more cost effective, you're talking like 60-70% cheaper than normal vacations. Look at how rich some of these, like you were saying earlier, at the beginning of this interview, we were saying, or chat, you were saying, about, is it Charlie Lee and Roger Ver fucking the market, people like that. Mm-hmm. But the reality is guys like that and other kids that we don't know that aren't in the limelight, that have got a fuckload of fucking ETH and Bitcoin. These guys, don't want to change it into fiat because they don't want the fucking like IRS on their back. Yeah, but they could fling a couple of Bitcoins to hire an island for a month, and all this sort of stuff. Travelblock's going to facilitate that,
mm-hmm.
And that is quality. So they've got a fairly ambitious ICO, I think. I say ambitious, it's not ambitious. 29 or 28 million, something like that. They're going to mint something like 600 million tokens. I think right now in a bear market, that is very, very, I think it's a high figure, but not unachievable. But the thing is this isn't a multiplier kind of thing. You stick in a couple of Bitcoins into, and if you put in 5 ETH, you get a free holiday anyway. But,
no way.
Yeah, straight up. So 5 ETH investment, you get a free holiday.
That's
do you know what, dude? I'll tell you what, I will put in 5 ETH for you and get you a free holiday.
Hell yeah. Dude, I'll come to Spain.
Yes, mate, yes. But no, the whole thing is, this is an ICO that I'm also heavily involved with. I'm a marketing advisor for. Just a new website. That actually has nothing to do with me, but I'll pretend it does. But no, I mean, I really want to get involved, and I'm glad I'm more involved with these guys because, I don't think I'll ever have to pay for a holiday again. And that's a great thing.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
And then another thing, it's not just holidays. It's things like your car rental and all of that, all done with TRVL tokens or fiat, but you can do it all with crypto. Now, the problem that I've got, I don't have credit cards because I don't need credit cards. So hiring a car is quite difficult. But again, Travelblock can answer that. So it's a good one. I don't think it's one that you should invest in with thinking, I'm going to invest in this and, I'm going to go to the moon. Just think, I'm going to invest in this. I'm going to go to fucking Jamaica every fucking year, Barbados every fucking year. Awesome. And the thing is if it does appreciate, it is a bear market right now. So you imagine you invest now and it's what, 350 billion. Let's say the market hits $1 trillion this year. That's a 3x on your investment, 4x on your investment. If it doesn't even do much, you throw a Bitcoin in 7,500, all of a sudden, with the discounts that you get and all this sort of stuff, you might go on holiday for the next 10, 20 years just off of Bitcoin. 10, 20 years. And that's what Travelblock can do. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this is why I like these things. But I need to start looking into more blockchain things as well. What are you bullish on right now?
There's a lot of ICOs. I don't look too much into ICOs just because I think like almost half of the people who watch my channel are from the States. So, but there's a whole bunch of good ICOs out there. I heard things. Okay, so like Nex So anything by City of Zion, so Next, Nos, those things coming up are awesome. Certicay, which looks pretty cool, which is like kind of like QuantStamp. What else? Yeah.
So next that's the Neo decentralized exchange, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, have you seen the Phalians?
I have heard about it. Yeah.
Man, I got in early. Yeah, 2.5 Bitcoins is now 100K for me, which is wicked.
Dude, that's badass.
At one point, it was worth nearly 150 when the bears came in. And they're brought out their wallet, and they've got the best Neo wallet, the best Neo wallet.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. So when their DEX comes out, I'm really excited about that. Neo projects in general, I'm quite excited about.
Dude, Neo projects, it's just like you already know they're not like a pump and dumper. They're not going to take the money and run because they have to put in a good amount of money in order to just have a ICO on Neo.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what Ethereum's for.
Yeah, right?
Scams for Ethereum. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is that Neo itself as well, man, fucking hell. What's your forecast on? You know that I hold a pretty concrete record on my forecast with Neo.
Yeah.
I said in September last year, when it was around about $27, I said it would be $150 by the end of 2017. 2 weeks into 2017, 2 weeks, the 14th of January, $150, motherfucker. I was 2 weeks off.
That's badass.
So I think I've been doing a bit of thinking.
Oh yeah, you have a new prediction?
I think. Okay, I have 3 store of value coins. Right now, I own none of them, which is hilarious. Bitcoin, obviously, Ethereum, but Neo as well. Now, you notice a couple of months ago, ETH was going up to kind of over 10%. It was like 11% of Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. So I thought, I reckon it's going to be 25% of Bitcoin at some point. It's just catching up. I don't know if Rootstock's going to change the fortune of Bitcoin with smart contracts and stuff. That'd be awesome if it does. But if it doesn't, I can see Ethereum going up to around about 25% of Bitcoin. So I think by the end of this year, at the end of this year, at the peak of the next bull run, just because time's linear, man.
Yeah, right.
By the peak of the next bull run, I see Bitcoin hitting around about 36K. I see Ethereum hitting around about 8K, and I see Neo at this point hitting around about $800. Now,
but Neo, the end of the year.
It depends,
dude. I'm totally stoked with that stuff. I'm just saying, by the end of this year, huh?
I don't. At the peak of the next bull run. So
okay, gotcha.
That could be.
That could be 18 months from now. That could be the end of this year.
Nelson at Travel Block, he reckons we're in an 18-month hold pattern, and we're 2 months into that now. Since I had this conversation with him.
Yeah.
So that's 16 months. So, yeah, it could be another year, but hey, that's still not a long time.
Yeah, really. I mean, it usually takes a hell of a lot longer to make that type of money.
But Neo, especially, I think Neo is going to. Neo has definitely been following a very similar pattern to that of Ethereum in terms of the price rises and stuff, especially with all these new projects coming out like Pixio Chain and all that kind of things where Dark and Phase actually putting in like huge chunks of Neo's revenue into these projects.
Yeah.
And having such an awesome spokesperson like Blockchain Brad pretty much reviewing every Neo project. I love that dude.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I do all my tech research. It's just basically watching this shit, messaging him on Twitter going,
oh, dude, he's like one of the best researchers out there by far, if not the best. Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, fuck me. He can talk about ontology. I still don't know what ontology is. I'm just like, yeah. I had to watch fucking K-Dub's video, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty good explanation, actually. Okay, I'll roll with that. I still haven't got a fucking clue. I just know you need to buy that shit. But exactly. No, I think that, yeah. And also, Neo made fucking gas, right? Why wouldn't you want to hold that shit? You know, Jesus, you get fucking dividends off of this thing. Someone needs to come out with a gas card. Why is that not a thing? It's great marketing. The gas card,
right?
You know, your Neo just automatically plonks it straight onto a fucking Visa or a fucking Mastercard. Boom. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, what do you reckon? What's your forecasts?
Oh, dude, yeah, I think Neo's gonna be #1 by 2020. Like, yeah. There's I always think about it because it's just so hard to predict the future. obviously nobody knows. When you look in hindsight, you're like, of course that stuff worked out. But I love Bitcoin, and I'm a Bitcoin maximalist to the core. But at the same time, other platforms like Ethereum and Neo are definitely hard on the tail of Bitcoin. And will a flippening happen? Who knows? And Neo's plan is to be number one by 2020. That's not second to Bitcoin. That's number one in market cap. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's fucking cheap right now, man. It's like
dude.
$54.
Yep, it's as cheap as it was. Like, you remember back when it went from Ant shares to Neo, it popped up to $50 and then came back down to $30. This was like right now it's at the same height there as The price
I mean, I think I got in at $17 on Neo, and it was the 8th of October last year after the Red Pulse ICO when it just dumped. Yeah. I lost all faith in it. And I sold. I had 1,200 Neo, and I sold it all.
Yeah.
And I kept 300 actually, but I sold most of it. Now, if I was to liquidate my entire hold, which is it's about $300,000, it was $500,000 before I came in here, so I'm fucking pissed off. This is like active stuff, not shit waiting to come in on off ICOs. I think I could buy like 6,000 Neo, and I just think, my God, that's like a house to get 6,000 Neo, and I had, nearly 1,500 of the fuckers, which I bought for next to nothing. So, but I can't think like that, and no one can. But Neo just seems to make more sense. I get paid on it. I don't have to, because I hate having to chip in to my Ethereum, and I'm more of an ETH person now, as well. That's a weird thing that happened.
Dude, the past like 6 months or something, I've definitely grown to admire Ethereum a bit more.
That's why I think it's going to come in. It's about 25% of the value of Bitcoin. I can see it because right now people are just getting fucked off with Bitcoin, and I don't think it's a dinosaur as such, but I do think that it's going to be difficult for it to be knocked off the top spot.
It really needs Lightning Network to be in full production. Yeah. Because until then, people are just tired with it being slow and expensive and whatever. As soon as there's instantaneous payments all over the world, the Bitcoin name's already out there. But until then, people are looking at Ethereum because they're like, hey, every other project is on Ethereum. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of your comments. Seeing what
let's see.
Someone just said something about super nodes on Howdo. I heard about this.
Super duper nodes.
Yeah, so I think they're having like super nodes and virtual nodes, which is kind of like the future of master nodes. Again, another opportunity to make money on something you can hodl. What about Celsius? What do you think about Celsius?
Oh, I actually don't. I did a review on them.
They've got the wallet, the hodl wallet. So basically, you can put anything in, and you can earn commission off that shit. You can earn basically turns everything into Neo essentially.
That's pretty rad.
You can put your Bitcoin in there, you can put your Ethereum in there, because people want to borrow it, they'll pay you a dividend. A bit like Lending Block as well. I'm loving these new kind of lending ones where Lending Block. I was really that's a sleeping giant right there. Lending Block, 1 cent right now. And that's pretty cool. But I love these ideas. I need to fucking make money from my crypto because right now I'm chipping into it to live. And it's just going down and down and down. Like when I came into Rehab, which was kind of like it had to be done. It was 20,000 euros. My portfolio is down. Well, we all know what it is down by, but it was down by about ×4 from the all-time high. So 20,000 euros for me, it was like 80,000. So it's like 80,000 basically. That's how I felt how much it cost.
Yeah.
And like the second month here was going to be another 20,000. And now the market's down to it was 500 when we came in. It's now up to, 350 billion?
Yeah, 335.
It's gone down even more. And I'm like, that's going to say 100 grand for another month. We're talking like Lambo territory just to get well. And I'm like, you know what? What's more important, my health or my crypto? And I realised, my crypto. Of course. So I'm out of here soon.
Yeah, no. It'll be nice when we get some nice sustained gains, but in order to have the sustained gains, they got to go up slowly. They can't go parabolic like they went in December.
Yeah, I just wish I knew someone on the inside. I wish I knew somebody who knew someone.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure somebody knows somebody who knows somebody.
I got quite close, I thought. My mum, she's got a friend in Spain over here, some Dutch woman, and her son just sold his company for 180 million, and he's been in Bitcoin since 2010. I'm like, I said, can you see if you can introduce me to this guy? And then she sent me an article about the $180 billion IPO he's just had. And I was like, yeah, he probably don't want to talk to me. But people like that, those kind of guys, they must fucking know. They must know.
Yeah. I remember, yeah. I just remember talk about after Consensus how people were just convinced it's just like a lot of inside stuff. But, who knows?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's you can be the hardest working person in the world and you just don't get anywhere in crypto. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people spending a lot of money on things like sponsorships and stuff in this industry, and I don't think it's going to help them. I think there is, and then like there are outright scams that fucking sell out at ICO, really obvious ones. And it's like, how are they doing it? How are they selling? They must know. They must know something. Coordinated pumps, money laundering. Yeah, I think it's all fucking there. The real guys behind Silk Road, Jesus Christ, they're still fucking pulling the purse strings. It must be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
well, I mean, with money this as accessible as it is here, obviously you're gonna get all types in here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the Wild West until it does get regulated. But then when it gets regulated, it's not gonna be as fun. We're not gonna be seeing like 10 to 50% gains in a day. We're gonna be seeing like 1, 2, 3% gains in a month.
I don't know. I think when it gets regulated, the thing is when it gets regulated, sorry, I can't stop smiling because I've been whitening my teeth since I came in here.
They do look spectacularly white. Wow. They're gleaming.
Yeah, I think the two iPhones with the lights on shining at me as well was probably my lighting is helping. But yeah, phosphorus. Like that episode of Friends where Ross just fucking goes over the top. But no, I think regulation would be a good thing. Like I said, I was talking to this BlackRock guy, and he's like, look, as soon as it gets regulated, institutional money is just going to start flooding in. Mm-hmm. And, all right, he said he reckons BlackRock will put in maybe, test the waters at like 100 million. That's one organization.
Oh, plus also another thing, as soon as Bitcoin gets above 20,000, all the people who bought and then sold from December will be rushing back in. They'll be like, damn it, I knew it was something. I bought at 20,000, now it's 25. Now I got to buy now before it goes up to 30 or 50 or 100 or whatever.
Yeah, I think 36. I see. I'd like to say 36,000 by the end of the year, but I'm gonna be conservative and say 36, the peak of the next bull run, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be when it starts to go into a new territory. That'll be the figure that I'm worried about, and I guarantee if it gets to that, it'll only get to that if Ethereum starts getting pushed to around about 8,000.
Wow.
So I think because obviously is ETH not supposed to be doing like POS soon as well?
Is what?
They're going to be doing proof of stake soon as well?
Maybe. I mean, they have the sharding, they have Casper, they have Plasma, all that stuff. So potentially, but you got to wonder what's going to happen to all those Ethereum miners once that happens. Oh.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah,
but it's a toughie. So, but it is what it is. So, what do you think of Cardano? I'm excited.
Yeah,
You hold any?
Actually, right now, I'm more bullish on Cardano than I've been for a long time. Like, I remember I made a video about Cardano when it was like 2 cents, and I was like, hey, this is awesome, no ICO. They just sold out. It's going to be like a mix of Bitcoin and Ethereum, really cool. And then it went up to $1.40, but there was no development. There was nothing going on. And I think over the past few months, we've seen a bit more development with Cardano. They apparently do have a provably secure proof of stake algorithm, which some people say may even rival proof of work in terms of security. So I think there's more development going on, more partnerships. So I'm a bit more bullish, definitely.
They're pretty active on GitHub. I think their comments were fucking like the top 3 of most active in the last couple of months.
Yeah. Did you hear Microsoft just bought GitHub?
Yeah,
That's gonna be the end of that.
Yeah, game over. You know, well, if we keep fucking putting this, I saw quite a poignant tweet this afternoon. Oh, when you followed me at last, I was like, fucking, there he is. Yeah, and some guy had put
Oh,
something
when
about
I
that.
followed you, yeah,
Yeah, so this
I'm just
afternoon.
starting to learn Twitter, and to
Ah,
be honest, I don't like it because I go on there and I never feel better when I log off. So it's just like,
yeah, no, I'm a seasoned pro at Twitter. I've been on Twitter now for 4 months.
uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I fucking hated Twitter.
It
I
is
really did. But
terrible. It's just
now,
like all bad news and people just bullshitting each other. Yeah.
oh my god! I'll tell you what I
But
did see on there.
I've been told I need to get on Twitter and Telegram, so I'm working on it, you know.
Yeah, well, Telegram. I mean, obviously, my company we're recruiting people to run Telegram campaigns now, and we've got quite a few people working for us. It's big. It's popular.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what I did see was on Telegram, fucking on Twitter. John McAfee is apparently running for president again.
Yeah. Here we go.
Have you watched Gringo?
I've seen Gringo, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
So,
that's scary. It's scary.
the hammock thing, the hammock with a hole cut into it, so the hookers would sit there and shit through the hole into his mouth.
Yeah.
I'm going to start selling John McAfee like hammocks with holes in for his presidential campaign.
Dude, yeah.
Come on, the guy's had like shit in his mouth.
Yeah.
He's not going to be. Jesus.
I don't know. It's just a big popularity contest anymore, anyways. So.
Do you know another thing as well? Is like, how's this for fucking mind bending? Right? I was watching it. To me, it seems really fucking obvious, right? But we all know, or we all suspect, that big pharma, right, have been manufacturing illnesses like AIDS and cancer just to sell the cure.
Yeah.
McAfee antivirus.
Oh yeah, dude, antivirus totally makes the viruses, without a doubt.
Fucking yeah. So
Keeps himself in business.
How is this guy?
I've thought that forever.
Away with it? Yeah. I was watching it on Gringo. I was like, my God, that is so obvious. They go, yeah, we don't know how he can always seem to find how to cure the virus. It's because he fucking makes it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to get a virus if he keeps letting those chicks shit in his mouth. That's just wrong.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention, he might have killed a couple people. And,
yeah, his neighbor because his neighbor killed his dogs.
Yeah.
Oh dear, fucking savage stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty crazy.
Man, so it's not just me who's been doing some relaxing. You're relaxing too, man.
Yeah, man. I do a lot of meditation. That's my thing. Reading. This YouTube's awesome. I'm so happy that I get to do this instead of working as a vet, because as much as people like that, it sucks as a job. And so I'm happy I get to do this, but it's exhausting work.
It is. It really is. I mean, as I said to you earlier, as I was tailing off and I said about my ADHD, I mean, it takes me like, I'd get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning, which is pretty late to be fair. Get my kids to school for like 9 o'clock, and I'll sit in my office from like 9 until 11, 12 o'clock, just drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. I've given up smoking as well. 2 weeks in.
Damn. Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, I was procrastinating, just wasting a lot of time. And then I finally started reading these fucking white papers. And by the time I'd finished evaluating what I was going to talk about and finding out news, and not to mention, I run like 3 businesses. A lot of people don't realize that about me. That I've got a holiday rental business. I own quite a few houses. And I rent those out, and kind of like my cash cow. And then I've got Influenced Online, which is kind of social media optimization, social media management and shit. And then the YouTube stuff. And so I've got all of that shit to deal with, you know, kind of, luckily my brother, and I've got to give a shout out to Stuart, my brother, and Adam, who have run the show for me, and Chris, who have all run the show for me since I've been away. They're fucking, really stepped up, really appreciate that. But I have to manage all that and be involved in all of that. And then I had to kind of make a video. And then when I finished making the video, I was kind of, really slow internet and a really slow machine as well, so it took me 2 hours to render something, an hour and a half to upload it. Next thing you know, it's fucking 10 o'clock at night, the video's just uploaded, and then you got to reply to all the social media messages. And I just felt fucking shit. You know? But then I've had these long periods of time, like an hour rendering, hour and a half uploading, and I just reached for the JD and Coke, man. I was just sitting there having a couple of JDs. it just started spiraling. And since I've been here, lots of meditation. Like I get up now at 6 o'clock in the morning. I go for a 5-kilometer run in the countryside. We've got this helipad with a bench that just looks out over these mountains. Where I did a stream actually from that area the other day, and I sit there, if I can watch the sun come up over the mountains. And I read this book here, which is like these mantras, right? This is like just for today. So what day are we on? We're about to hit the sixth.
Almost the sixth, yeah.
Oh, it's the sixth where I am. So we stuck stuff in here like this one says like the 12 steps of NA, progressive recovery, illness, and all this sort of stuff, and it tell you. There's a little something, and it's a little bit of. I won't read it to bore you, but then it'll say right at the bottom, it'll say, "Just for today, I'll do what I can for my recovery today and maintain hope in the ongoing process of recovery." So I'll sit there and I'll ponder on that, and I'll just fucking connect with everything around me, the wind going through the trees, all that sort of stuff. And I know it might sound a bit fucking weird, but I tell you what, it's setting up my days, and that's like my run only takes like 40 minutes, and then an hour of just literally trying to be at one and just kind of thinking about me. I know it sounds selfish, but looking after myself, because I've for fucking 24 years, I've the punishment that I've put my body through. I've sober 3 years, and it's the best fucking 3 years of my life. I became a millionaire. Fucking my life went fucking turbocharged. I bought a lot of houses outright. Fucking my family grew. Everything grew. It was great, and then. Just like, hey, look, all this stuff, I'm gonna fucking destroy myself. And this fucking career, man, this YouTube thing plus everything else, it's heavy,
dude. In crypto, it's hard to remember that there's more to life than crypto. Like I don't even do the social media stuff. Like like I said, I don't really go on Twitter or Telegram or Facebook or anything like that ever. But it's just you spend so much time immersed in it, it's hard to remember there's anything other than cryptocurrency. And when I remember I went and I saw a movie for the first time in probably like 8 months. And I was like, holy shit, like I forgot that you can go watch movies. Like
like at a cinema?
No. Just like I went and saw Ready Player One.
Okay.
And just saw this movie. And I was
in a
just
movie theater though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just like, wow, there's more to life than crypto. But, yeah.
Well, when we were in Poland, what was Barbara's fella called? I think, isn't it? Vlas. Do you remember when we went out for dinner at that nice restaurant where fucking Barbara's sitting there with that what was the raw meat all the time, the egg?
Yeah, I don't know. That was like local dish.
It's like, geez, you've got this hot blonde and she's fucking like eating dead cow and raw egg. It's like, wow, man, you're fit, but fuck, that's weird. But her fella Vlas, he agreed completely. Like, first thing you look at in the morning, Blockfolio. Last thing you look at night, Blockfolio. And then when there's a bull run, it's fucking great. And you think, and it gives you a nice... The negative vibes you get when you're going down and down and down.
Totally.
And I don't know about you, but I have not been playing it. I've not been playing the market ball.
No, like I do the same thing, man. I intentionally have like because they say you win the first hour in the morning, you win the day. So like my first hour of the day is meditation, gratitude journaling, working out, those things. Because those are things that actually like build me up. Whereas the rest of the day just tries and tear me down, but don't let it.
Are you doing your gratitude journaling in the morning? Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I do it at the end of the day.
Well, that's good too. I read, like, before I go to sleep, I read a bunch of books on spirituality and meditation and stuff like that, just so I can get into the mindset before going to sleep.
Yeah, it's mad. It's important. It's really important. Yeah. It's fucking mad. It's fucking mad. So should we see what they've got? What's everyone talking about right now?
Oh yeah, a couple more questions, and then I actually gotta get going to this meditation thing. In like 10,
all good.
Mm-hmm.
Who's saying what?
Let's see. Someone asked, am I advising any crypto projects? Not right now. But, I would love to. Especially projects on Neo. But...
Well, I happen to know someone that gets a lot of jobs, but he's keeping the Neo one for himself.
They could use 2 YouTube advisors.
Let's see. Crypto Rising. Justin sent me a message.
Oh, does it actually work? Yeah, totally. Like if you set yourself up in the morning and then also at the end of the day, because those are the times when like your mind is the closest to the subconscious it's ever going to be. So like you don't have these programs running. So first thing in the morning, you get yourself on the right track. Last thing before going to sleep, you want to be thinking good stuff. Whereas most people are just thinking of all the shit they did wrong during the day before they go to sleep. Start thinking about the stuff you did right and the possibilities for life, and it helps. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Well, listen, dude, look, I don't want to keep you from meditation, and like it's nearly midnight here.
Oh, yeah.
I've got 5 more minutes. I'm gonna have to sneak in so I don't wake up the other 7 guests here.
Cool. Dude, it's been absolutely awesome to see you. It's been forever.
Oh my God, yeah, it's like 6 months, man. Yeah, well, let's yeah. Did you go to Consensus, by the way?
I didn't go to Consensus. I went to the Crypto Influencer Award thing afterwards and got this sweet little spinner.
Oh, nice, nice.
Best collabs. You know?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we have to hook up. We have to. Well, look. Let's talk after this. I'll do this. I'll do that travel blog thing, man. I'll get you. I'll get you a free holiday. I'll bang my. I don't mind.
Dude, then we'll go on holiday together somewhere.
Yeah, it has to be done. Has to be done.
Okay. Fantastic.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll have
and
to figure out where.
If you want to invest in ICO and you can't because you're in the States, like How Do, for example, speak to me. I'll do it, mate. You'll fucking love me for the multipliers. Yeah. But man,
all right.
Cool.
Sweet.
Fucking awesome seeing you, dude.
Yep. All right. Awesome to see you too. Peace out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you. And then, cool.